Welcome to your mini coaching session. First question, do you believe you deserve the time for self-care? Yes or no? Put it in the comment section. Do you exercise self-care to the degree you probably deserve? Put that in the comment section, yes or no. So I'm asking you these questions because I want you to experience more inner peace and more fulfillment in your personal and professional worlds. And I know the self-care word, it's thrown around so much. It's like candy, cheap candy at that during Halloween. But I do want you to have that inner peace and fulfillment. I do believe self-care, at least in the definition I like to use for it, is super important. And the reason I do these mini coaching sessions is because I want you to have access to quality coaching. And this is a quick, easy, free way to constantly get it for yourself so that you can keep self-reflecting and growing. So let's define what self-care is, right? It's not bubble baths, it's not face masks, it's not a night out with the girls or the guys, it's having your needs met. Well, and in order to have your needs met, you got to identify, well, what's my needs? So number one, now that we've identified self-care as having your needs met, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you deny yourself self-care, meaning making sure your needs are met? 1 meaning never. I never deny myself my needs being met or self-care. And 10 being I always deny myself my needs. I put everyone else first. I leave no room for myself and my cuppeth is empty. So no matter where you just rated yourself, would you like to find a way to have guilt-free self-care in your life as a regimen or a ritual? But yes or no. And I'm going to teach you the easiest way to have and exercise self-care. The simplest self-care practice you can do is practice gratitude. What? Yes, just practice gratitude. Practicing gratitude is better than any bubble bath will ever be. And I want to share with you why. And I'm using the bubble bath self-care thing because like when you look at the pictures of like you deserve self-care, it's like a woman in a bubble bath with a cat next to her. And I don't know how much I want a cat next to me while I'm in the bubble bath, because if the cat jumps in, there's all kinds of things that could go wrong. Look, gratitude is something you can do anywhere, anytime. It's free. You don't need to ask for permission. You don't even need to really stop for any more than a second or two to practice it. Practicing gratitude trains your mind to see, what do I have? What do you have? And when you start to practice and build the habit of saying, well, what do I have? Because gratitude is about abundance mindset versus a lack mindset. If you wake up and you go, I got nothing, well, you're training your brain to find everything you don't have. But if you wake up and you go, okay, what do I got to be grateful for right now? Then what you're doing is you're training your brain to go, well, what do I have right now? And people who exercise self-care, this is what I find in my coaching, ask themselves regularly, well, what's my need? And how do I fill it? And by practicing gratitude, what you're saying is, well, what do I have? What need has to get met? What do I have to meet that need? So as you practice gratitude, what happens is you start training your mind to see more opportunities. And when you can start to see more opportunities, you also get to start to see more opportunities to make sure your needs get met, right? So as you start to ask yourself, what needs to get met? What needs to get met? You can get clear because you've trained your brain to start to see, well, I can't get it met. You started to practice gratitude, and practicing gratitude gets you closer to being able to say, my needs deserve to get met, and there's an opportunity to do it. Not 100% sure how I'm going to get there, but I know the opportunity's there because you train your brain to start going, well, what do I have? And as you see more opportunity and understand your needs, that level of self-care of, oh my gosh, I recognize a need's not getting met. I'm hungry, I gotta go to the bathroom, I need to take a 5-second walk, I need to take a breather, I need to just drive around the block and sing Alanis Morissette or Annie DeFranco or I don't know, The Doors really loud. You pick. Who would you sing out really loud if you had to have a need be met? I think for me right now it would be B-52's Love Shack. I don't know why that comes to mind. So, one, gratitude is your opportunity to train your brain to spot what do I have, what are the opportunities around me. And the more you practice gratitude, whether on the gratitude slam or just a meditation you wake up in the morning about gratitude, just practice it more often. It got me through my greatest levels of anxiety, guilt, and darkness. So I'm telling you firsthand, I know it'll work for you too. And heck, let's just pause for a second and talk about studies around gratitude. Improved mental health, reduced stress and anxiety, better relationship quality, enhanced resilience to the elements, better physical health in general. Like, you don't believe me, GTS, Google that stuff. And you'll find that. A simple Google will just help you find those studies. And by the way, how many times have you heard me say, you can't give to others what you don't give to yourself? You can't give to others what you don't give to yourself. And so many people on the Gratitude Slam say they're servant leaders and say they love to serve others, including myself, okay? But you can't serve others if you don't serve yourself. And you could say, well, that's BS. No, you don't realize how much servant leadership or how much service you're denying the people you love the most, or your community around you, or your source energy or spiritual energy, if you don't serve yourself. So here's what I'd like you to do. Right now, let's just do a simple practice. Write it 3 times. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. If you're part of the Gratitude Slam, you know I have you do this a lot. All right, and this is sort of getting your mind going like, okay, I'm so grateful. And now I ask you the question, what needs of yours are not currently being fulfilled? And now that you've answered that, pause me if you haven't finished typing that out. So what action are you going to take? And if you don't know what action, well, what are you grateful for that you've taken so far? And then what other additional actions can you take? Pause me if you need to. I'll pause for you. There's me pausing for you. So look, this is a mini coaching session. We can only get so far together. And my challenge to you is to keep finding ways to practice gratitude, then ask yourselves, what need of mine currently is not getting met, and what action can I take to get that need met, even if it's a small action? Because practice, as we practice, we become. As we practice, we become. As we practice, we become. I'd also like to invite you to join me for the first ever, it's a beta version of it. It's going to be completely free. Gratitude as Self-Care Challenge. What? Gratitude as Self-Care Challenge. Join me. It's going to be free. Go to thelegacyofyou.com, thelegacyofyou.com to learn more about it. Or if you're reading this in an email, it'll be inside the email. Or if you're watching this on the Gratitude Slam, you can find it on the Gratitude Slam. But the fastest way to get there is thelegacyofyou.com. And at the top of the page, we'll mention the Gratitude as Self-Care Challenge. So coaching is being able to get from lily pad to lily pad to lily pad, right? I'm here and I want to get over here. So what's the jump that needs to be taken to get to this lily pad? And that's why I ask you so many questions, is because what I'm asking is, well, what's it going to take to get to that next lily pad, right? That's the mindset portion of the Mindset and Leadership Coach. Self-leadership, the ability to lead yourself, is understanding. I understand how I impact myself. And I understand when I practice gratitude, I see more opportunities faster. So what's your biggest key from today? I want you to put in the chat section, key, right? Key is something that unlocks something for you. What's something that I said or thought you had as we were going through this mini coaching session together that is going to change the way you show up for the world and for yourself, most importantly. So stay curious, my friends. I am your Mindset and Leadership Coach, Michael Ian Cedar, and I hope to see you on the Gratitude Slam, and I hope to see you at the Gratitude as Self-Care Challenge. And most importantly, I'm excited to hear how doing the work here shows up for you.